Welcome to Snow Hill, Maryland. I'm your host, Mr. J. Today, I'm going to take you through Worcester County's county seat. You may be wondering what it means to be the county seat of a wonderful county like Worcester County. Being the county seat means the small town of Snow Hill is the center of Worcester County government. Most of the important county buildings for county government are right here in the town of Snow Hill, and none are more important than the courthouse that is behind me. This beautiful brick building is where court cases are conducted that pertain to Worcester County. In addition to understand county government, you need to know about the county commissioners. In Worcester County, 7 county commissioners are elected by the voters, the citizens of the county. They are from 7 different districts all throughout the entire county. Those people are in charge of making the laws that pertain to Worcester County, collecting taxes that they need for services around Worcester County, and setting a budget to spend the money that Worcester County needs to be successful. The commissioners have a really difficult task. Their job is not easy in the slightest. They have to consider what all the different citizens of Worcester County need. Consider the money they need for those programs or those activities, and then allot the correct amount of money to make sure that they're making the best decisions for everyone. I mean everyone in the entire county. It is a tough job. The commissioners are responsible for allotting the funds that we need to run the public schools here in Worcester County, for the sheriff's department to function in Worcester County, to do road repairs throughout the county, and many, many other important services that all of the citizens feel are important to this beautiful county. It is amazing, but since 1742, Snow Hill has been the county seat, the center of Worcester County's government. And a lot of the activity that has been conducted to run our county has been done right here in this courthouse. I hope you feel more educated about Worcester County government. Now, let's focus on an event that happens in the town of Snow Hill. One event that occurs right here in town that is very important to Snow Hill is the blessing of the combines. It is an event that is held because farming is still one of the main industries that supports this community. The blessing of the combine event usually occurs in August. Its goal is to honor the farmers and their families for their contributions to this community. Its other intention is to bless the harvest of those farmers so that they can have a huge, successful harvest that brings and generates more revenue for the entire community. It is likely the most famous element of this event when the combines are blessed is the parade, which is held right here on the streets of Snow Hill. It is true, farming is a gigantic contributor to Snow Hill's economy. However, recreational activities and tourism also contribute to this area. The scenic Pocomoke River draws visitors. These visitors want to go boating. They want to catch fish. They want to go canoeing and kayaking and enjoy everything the river has to offer. I don't know about you, but I think it sounds pretty phenomenal to go kayaking right here on the Pocomoke River. What a beautiful spot to enjoy nature. You could see all of the native wildlife to this region. Turtles, heron, fish. It could be pretty cool. Don't you guys agree? This is also pretty amazing. What you're looking at is a version of a steamboat. It is called the Black-Eyed Susan. Steamboats were boats that were used in the past in Snow Hill. However, today, in current day Snow Hill, you can take a ride on the Pocomoke on this replica steamboat. Since I just referenced the past when I started thinking about this steamboat, Mr. J would like to now dive into Snow Hill's history for the next few minutes. There are some pretty unbelievable stories tied to the history of this great small town. Take a moment and imagine lush green forests surrounding the Pocomoke River. They went on for miles and miles. Records show that in the early 1600s and for decades, probably centuries before that, the Pocomoke Native American tribe used this river and all of those beautiful forests for their resources to live off of. The tribe would fish and they would hunt. They would plant crops such as corn and squash. For the Pocomoke tribe, this river was the perfect location that provided them everything they needed. Yet others discovered the bounty that this area would provide. John Smith, an English explorer, began traveling on the Pocomoke, mapping and charting it as early as 1608. By 1642, English and Scottish settlers began settling here in Snow Hill. The main industry at that time was shipbuilding. For its size, the Pocomoke River is actually one of the deepest rivers in the entire world. That means they could construct huge ships right here in Snow Hill. Then they could transport those ships south on the Pocomoke River. Eventually, the Pocomoke River empties into the Chesapeake Bay, and from there, those ships could find their way to the sea. Snow Hill grew so popular in the 1600s that in 1686, it was officially chartered as a settlement right here in Worcester County, Maryland. Once Snow Hill became officially chartered, it became a main point of entry into the colony that was and the state that would become Maryland. This entailed an influx of people and goods into the area. Roads during that time were very primitive, not very good at all. The river was actually a much better source of transportation for the people. Snow Hill's port continued to thrive until just after the Civil War. Then railroads were starting to be constructed throughout the nation. They became an easier way to ship goods and people. Due to less boats on the river, the business in Snow Hill did fall off. And if you guys were curious why there was so much noise in those last few video segments, I'm standing right here on the bridge in Snow Hill that goes over the Pocomoke River. There's a lot of cars. It's pretty busy today. Right now, Mr. J is approaching the Snow Hill branch of the Worcester County Library. And in front of this library is this monument to a famous person that was born in Snow Hill. Judy Johnson was born just outside of Snow Hill in 1899. He went on to become a famous third baseman in the 20s and the 30s, the 1920s and 30s that is, in the Negro baseball leagues. Mr. Johnson's amazing talents were never seen in Major League Baseball. The color barrier was not broken in Major League Baseball until many years after he stopped playing by the player Jackie Robinson, that many of you probably know. Yet, Judy Johnson's name is still etched into the history of baseball. In 1954, Judy Johnson became the first African-American coach to be in the major leagues. He worked for the Philadelphia Phillies. Later, in 1975, Mr. Johnson's accomplishments in baseball were finally recognized. He was placed with all of the other greats of the game in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Wow. Our tour has covered many, many details about both the history of Snow Hill and current day Snow Hill. What a terrific town that you all should visit right here in Worcester County. Hopefully, I can do some teaching and walking around Worcester County again with you in the near future.